Atlanta Motor Speedway, located about 20 miles south of downtown Atlanta in Hampton, Georgia, has come a very long way from its first race, held in 1960 and won by NASCAR legend Fireball Roberts, who also took pole at 133 miles an hour. Spectators from that day who watched from one small grandstand or on blankets spread out on an adjacent dirt bank wouldn't begin to recognize the facility today, even down to the name. Dubbed Atlanta International Raceway when it opened, the track struggled financially through the 60s and 70s before finding a degree of stability in the 1980s. Future Georgia Governor and U.S. President Jimmy Carter both briefly worked as ticket sellers on race weekends in the 60s. Real change came following Bruton Smith's purchase of the facility in 1990, with the culmination of the transformation of Atlanta International Speedway occurring in 1997. With extensive reconfiguration that switched front and back straightaways and added a double dogleg in the new front straightaway. In the 7 intervening years, new grandstands sprouted almost every year in a 9-story tower, Terra Place, that houses the track offices and a number of luxury condos. Atlanta has been a staple on the NASCAR calendar for decades, and tonight it's race number 1, the Lonestar Racing Truck Series, and it's coming up next on HBR TV. Stay with us. Bit of race information for you tonight. Again, the Lonestar Racing Truck Series. 135 laps. They've got 5 tire sets over the wall. They do have 1 fast repair if they so choose to use it. Hopefully they won't need it, but we got a full field here tonight. We had 40 trucks registered. Right now in the session, it's showing about 33, so not quite everybody is here just yet. Still some time remaining before we get into the qualifying session. A few minutes left in practice as we speak. It's going to be a good one here tonight. Weather-wise, 78 degrees, 90% humidity. Track temperature, 113 degrees, likely to come down slightly as the race continues on. The sun starts to set just a bit. No lighting here at Atlanta, so it's going to stay day, but things might go a little bit darker. We'll see what happens. Again, practice just about wrapped up. 2.5 minutes remain. Let's go down trackside, see where everybody stacks up so far. Drew Blaze, top of the board. Kevin Blue, Keaton Burnett, Bobby Hall Jr., Vincent Short, your top 5. Let me go ahead and reload the overlay here because only some of the numbers are showing up. Still the case. Interesting. First race bugs. I feel like it's Jurassic Park up in here. We'll work on that, see if we can get her figured out. There we go. All better. Already got a chatter up here. Holler Boys Racing checking into the Facebook stream chat. We do dual stream here to YouTube and Facebook, just in case we have an issue with one platform. Facebook's been the culprit as of late, but so far so good. I do ask that anybody in the streams, whether it's YouTube or Facebook, feel free to interact, ask questions, tell us who you're cheering for, who you're rooting for, where you're watching from, anything that maybe I'm missing, something that I don't know, like a pronunciation. There's some guys in here that I know, there's some guys in here that I don't know. Wes Wiegand is, I've been pronouncing it Wiegand for quite some time. I guess he got tired of it because it looks like he actually has it explained as far as the pronunciation is concerned now in his driver name. Wes, thanks for that, man. I appreciate it. You could have just texted me. We could have got it over with, but I do appreciate the correction. It's going to be a fun one tonight. It's going to be a handful. It's going to chew up some tires. Definitely going to see quite a bit of that. The guy that can put down the lap times while conserving those Goodyear Racing Eagles, likely to be who we see end up in victory lane. Drew Blaze has been fast in all the practice sessions leading into tonight's event. They're having some fun out there on the road course right now. Got to be careful with that, boys. We've had guys get completely disqualified from the race for that, and it's not an admin thing that they can usually fix. Sometimes iRacing will do it. Drew's getting around there pretty good, though. Chris Goins out on the oval in the islanding number 6. Practice clock strikes 0. Black and red flags on the Speedway. We're going to get right into qualifying. First truck to leave pit lane, it's Matthew Daniels. Everybody going to get 2 laps to clock in their best time, 5 minutes total. So you may see some guys hold off a little bit later, maybe cross their fingers, wait for some track temperatures to come down. Maybe the clouds roll in just a bit. We'll see if that comes to play. Again, current track temperature is already down from when we went on air, down 3 degrees, 110 now, 91% humidity. It's gone up slightly. Air temperature not too uncomfortable, but with that humidity, feels a lot warmer. Again, partly cloudy skies. Now, why does track temperature make a difference? Well, it certainly affects how these Goodyear Racing Eagles grip up on the Speedway. They get hot, they melt, they get greasy, and you slip and slide, and you're out of control. And yes, I stole that line. But it is true. The cooler the temperature, usually the better it's going to stay gripped up, the faster the lap times are going to be, even if it's only a few tenths. Sometimes you see on a road course, you might get a full half second or even better out of it. Daniel's first lap, 31.473. Was P1 there for a moment. Still is. Bobby Hall Jr. second quick. His first lap, a 54. I'll see if he can pick up here on the second time around. Bobby Hall Jr. out of Athens, Pennsylvania. Lap 2 is quicker, 31.403 for Bobby Hall Jr., currently P1. Vincent Short, his first lap of 31.462, good enough for the top 3. He's going to cross the stripe. Does he improve? He was fast in practice. A little quicker, 4.26, puts him second on the board. Mike Fahey just wrapping up his lap, 31.607, good enough for 9th fast. Kevin Blue's first lap, a 31.958, currently sits in the 18th position overall. Kevin, one of the admins over in the LSR Sports Car Series that runs on Monday evenings. Kevin at the line, though. Lap 2 goes from 21st to 9th, 31.491 seconds. Here's a guy we want to watch, Drew Blaze, 31.61 on his first lap. Threat for the pole, does he do it? Yes, he does. 31.286 seconds. Drew Blaze goes top of the board. 2 minutes remain. Can anyone top him? Ryan Rose on the track. 13th fast. His first lap, 31.494. Again, showed some promise in practice as well. He was up there in that top 5. Rose stays P13, 31.499. Lost about half a thousandth of a second, while Chris Goins goes to the top 5 on his second lap at 31.43. Sean Roberts on the Speedway, the number 66 machine, 27th quick the first time around, 31.911. See if he can pick up the pace here as he gets to the line to complete lap number 2. A little faster, 31.508 for Roberts, 17th fast. Chad Martin rolling out of the pits right now. Go with Jonathan Arnn here. He's at speed. Second lap complete. 13th quick for Arnn, 31.476. 40 seconds remain in the session. Clock strikes 0 on qualifying. It is complete and it's official. Race number 1 of the season, Drew Blaze is going to take the pole. Let's go down and take a look at our starting grid here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. On the pole position, it's the 1 of Drew Blaze. To his outside, it's the 026 of Keaton Burnett. Starting in row number 2, it's Matt Sisler, the number 93, also correcting his last name. I've been messing it up for quite some time. We got it right this time. Bobby Hall Jr. is going to start to his outside in the 4th position. Vincent Short with Holler Boys Racing rolls off 5th. Chris Gones with Lonestar Racing starts 6th in the 6th. Kevin Grettenberger, number 57, he'll roll off from the 7th position. Lloyd Ryder out of UK and I, the number 25, starts 8th. Dan Worthington with Flex Motorsports starts in the 9th position. Joe Tucker is going to roll 10th. 11th goes to Bill Wolfeld. Matthew Daniels, 12th. Jonathan Arn, the number 43, he'll start 13th. Kevin Blue with Lone Star Racing, he'll be 14th. Cody Anderson starts in the 15th position. Brian Rose, 16th. Alan Duranco. Sean Roberts will be 17th and 18th, respectively. 19th goes to Wes Wiggand. Britt Osborne starts from the 20th position. Dylan Digman, 21st. Michael Fahey, the 19, 22nd. Kevin Hayes in the 3, 23rd. Seth Fordham, 24th. Matthew Minnick, the 26 machine, he'll start 25th. Jesse Redding, Lone Star Racing 721, starts in the 26th position. Justin Johnson in the 10, starts 27th position. Bill Martin, 28th. Jarrett Woodard, 29th. Thorne Zimmerman, 30th. Ken Couch, 31st. Thomas Hall, 32nd. Dave Ballard in the 90, 33rd. Michael Cole, 34th. Matt Smith, 35th. And 36th, shotgun on the field, Chad Martin. That's your starting grid here from Atlanta Motor Speedway. Field rolling out of pit lane. 1 formation lap, 1 pace lap, and we go green here at Atlanta. Drew Blaze, Keaton Burnett on the front row. 2 LSR trucks to lead it to green. Pace car peels off. Green flag is in the air, and we are underway from Atlanta. Drew Blaze leads lap number 1. Matt Sisler there in the 2nd position, already looking to make a move to the top spot. Nothing doing just yet. Had a good run, though. Tucks to the tailgate of that Tundra of Drew Blaze. Keaton Burnett slips back into the 3rd position. Vincent Short 4th. Bobby Hall Jr. 5th. Awfully close to the wall on exit of turn 4. Drew Blaze using all the racetrack he can. Going for the top spot, though. Matt Sisler to the inside of turn number 1. He might have it. Don't know if he's got the one quite clear off turn number 2, but he is definitely there putting on the pressure. He does. He has him clear. Keane Burnett trying to take advantage as well. Little left-right blocking action here out of the 93, trying to block both lanes. Can't say that I blame him, trying to get a run here. Try to run away and get everybody settled in, but currently Matt Sisler with the top spot. Goes up top of the track there. Thought the run was coming from Drew Blaze. They crossed the stripe. Lap 4 goes up on the board. The 93 still with the lead, but Blaze working back to the outside to try and retake the top spot. Tell you the way these guys are all packed up, you'd think they're running the new layout here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Turned that place into what it is back in 2008 to what it is now, is super speedway basically. Wide open throttle, not quite the case here. You do have to lift, slow the truck down, and really drive the thing around this place on this old layout. Certainly, honestly, it's a bigger challenge. It's a totally different type of racetrack compared to what it is today. Matt Sisler, though, doing a great job out in front. Drew Blaze slips to about 3rd or 4th. Keaton Burnett takes back the 2nd position. Bobby Hall Jr. to the inside, it looks like, of Drew Blaze. Down the back straightaway, Vincent Short watching both of these drivers go at it. Well, right on board with Vince. Bobby Hall takes the 3rd position now. Blaze slips to 4th. Catching some traffic up ahead. Maybe Dave Ballard and Matthew Minnick. It could be. Slow truck with some damage. They've come together at some point on the speedway. Caution does not come out. Dave Ballard with Farmington Fire Rescue on the side of that F-150. I'm curious if that's Farmington, Michigan or Farmington, New York, because if it's New York, it's about 10 minutes from where this microphone sits. Matt Minnick hits the pit lane here. Also some damage on that machine. Let's give it a shot here, see if we can pull up exactly what happened with these two. '26 just loses it. Gets loose off corner exit. Of course, that's going to allow closing rates to come in there. He gets to the back of them. Both trucks go to the inside. A hard impact to the inside wall for the 26 of Minnick. Both drivers sustain damage here early on. Again, one fast repair for everybody, but Bobby Hall Jr. going to the top spot while we watch that replay. Off corner number 4, lap 10 about to go on the board. New leader, it's Bobby Hall Jr., the number 94 F-150, takes the top spot. Bobby Hall Jr. running a very different line from the rest of the field. Way up top. Can certainly use some momentum up there. It does tend to save that right front tire a little bit. You're going a little bit faster, but your radius is not as sharp in the corner, so you're not really turning the wheel quite as much. But you can certainly carry that momentum. It seems to be working. Matt Sisler in the 2nd spot, though, not losing a whole lot of ground. He may try to go up top as well. Trying to run different lanes from the guy in front of you also helps get more air on the nose of the truck, more front downforce, less likely to get that aero push. So that could be why the 93 is sitting there behind Bobby Hall Jr. But now he gets to the door. off turn number 2. It's a drag race down to 3, and Keith Burnett's got to run. He's looking to the inside here. Aggressive move early, thinks better of it. Man, did he have a run off of turn number 2. If he really had to go full send, I think he might have had it. If we're talking 2 laps to go, I think he might have had a checkered flag in his hand, but being smart about it, being patient. It is early. We're not even 10% of the way down. 13 laps of 135. Keith Burnett, though, has a fast truck out there here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. So does Matt Sisler. So does Bobby Hall Jr. All these top 6 drivers here awfully quick early on. Oh, some close quarters race in there. Keaton Burnett, Vincent Short rubbing door panels off corner number 2. They get away with it clean. Current top 5, Matt Sisler, Bobby Hall Jr., Drew Blaze, Keaton Burnett, Vincent Short. And then we've got the 6 of Chris Goins there in the 6th position. Drew Blaze still working on Bobby Hall Jr., trying to take back that 2nd position. Fender underneath, not quite enough momentum though. Bobby Hall Jr. seems to carry it off the corner. Take a look at our biggest mover of the race, at least so far. It is the 4, Alan Duranko. He's up 8 positions, got himself into the top 10. Driver of the number 4 Monster Energy Silverado makes a move to the inside through the double dog leg. This could be a spot or a lap truck, or maybe not. He's closing down on Dan Worthington, the number 28 machine just ahead. Jonathan Arnn, the number 43 STP colors. Arnn running in the 21st position currently. He's down 8 spots. I don't know if he had an issue getting into the fence or a close call, but nevertheless, he has slid back quite a bit. Been clean and green since the drop of the initial start here at lap 19, coming to 20. Very impressive with a field this size. Everybody minding their P's and Q's while being somewhat aggressive. We've seen some attempts up at the front of the field, at least within that top 5, top 6. Guys really battling for that top spot. Justin Johnson in the 10X going to the bottom, trying to take that spot away from Jonathan Arnn. He does. Justin Johnson goes P21. Justin Johnson running that suicide prevention paint scheme. More on that later. We got a suicide prevention race coming up here in the near future in September. We'll get you the details on that later on in the show. Brandon Minnick in the stream chat. Arnn for president. Miss you, Brandon. Meanwhile, Drew Blaze is retaking the top spot. Sisler's trying to battle back and retake it back himself. Let's see if we can get a replay of it while we're going through the field here. In fact, here it is. Drew Blaze retakes the lead from Matt Sisler. This is down the backstretch, going into 3. Sisler had a little bit more of a run off of 2, but looks like he backs the corner up a little bit. Slight contact between himself and Blaze. 93 tries to turn in. Drew saves that space to the bottom for himself. Retakes the top spot. Drew Blaze gathered that truck back up, slipped to about the 5th position, and here he is again, leading the race. Drew Blaze settling in here, again, closing in on some lap traffic. Gonna go high. Slow car going down low. Somebody threw the grass. Don't know if that was Dan Worthington. It was. Gathers it back up. Everybody stays clear of the 113. It's listed as 28 in your live timing. Dan Worthington, though, officially in the 113 truck with Flex Motorsports. Typically the number we'll see him in. We just got to get that squared away number-wise. Not a big deal, but now you know. Let's get a better look at it here. Dan Worthington is issue off turn number 4. Truck gets a little light in the rear, loses it. Makes the save, but now he's got to go a little off-road in here. Cuts it through the grass, through the dog leg. Slipping and sliding across start finish. Everybody taking evasive action as he's now off the pace because of that. Everybody gets by clear. No issue, no caution. We stay under the green flag. Worthington not wasting any time. He's back in the gas. He's loose again off the corner. Not as bad as off turn number 4, but certainly cost him. It looked like he was making a move underneath the 4 of Duranco. Rear tires not happy with the driver of the 113 F-150. Kevin Blue, the number 54 Lake City machine up top. As again, Worthington still down low, trying to get a handle on this truck. It seemed like he was doing all right. A little bit of a push there on the 54 of Blue. Let's see what happens with Dan Worthington off exit at 2 this time. Steps out again. Him and Kevin Blue. Oh, big wiggle. Kevin Blue swaps lanes, goes to the bottom, takes the spot from Worthington. Keep a closer eye on this battle. Something might be brewing between these two. Brian Rose starting to make a charge back up towards the front. He was down a few spots early on, but now back into P3. Started P13, started 16th. Brian Rose has got to be watching all this action up in front of him, wondering what is going to happen next. Don't want to take a chance here. These guys are awfully racy out in front of him for that top 10 position. Kevin Blue currently in the 10th spot. Again, Brian Rose now 13th. Looks like there might be a lapper in the middle there somewhere. You can hear Brian out of the throttle. Joe Tucker also down low. He's out of the throttle. Hate to take my eyes off this battle here again with how loose Dan Worthington has been off corner exit and the aggressiveness we're seeing with these guys at the back of this top 10 here. I know we can go to instant replay, but I'm just getting that gut feeling we're about to see something happen here. Brian Rose now looking for the 11th spot. Handily takes that away from Bobby Hall Jr. Now, we talked about this place early on, just after the start, how this is the older layout, which means the track surface was extremely worn. The owners here at Atlanta Motor Speedway procrastinated for a very long time to repave this place because the driver said, don't touch it, leave it how it is, because it really separated the talent levels. You had guys that knew how to go out there and save tires. You had guys that knew how to turn good laps but not save tires, and it really showed the differences from one driver to the next. Same is pretty much hold true here in iRacing on the service. You got to save tires. And really, Brian Rose has worked real hard on that game as far as the tire saving game is concerned. He dropped back quite a few spots early on, waited a little bit longer to go hard on the throttle, and now you see he's picking some spots back up. He's worked his way back into the top 10, at least by a nose for the moment. Worthington there has the 11th position in behind and doesn't want to give it up. You see a beaten and battered Mike Fahey on the top side. Not exactly sure what happened with Mike Fahey, but that truck has been in contact with something it was not designed to be in contact with. Again, they do have a fast repair they can use, but with over 100 laps to go, he may just opt to fix what he can. He's not on a lead lap currently. This long stretch of green flag, though. Drew Blaze loving it out at the front of the field. He's got a full 1.3 second advantage over second place Matt Sisler. Again, Alan Duranco so far your biggest mover on track. Started 17th up to P7. You see, everybody's worked their way up to the top. Kind of a product of tire wear, not so much here in 3 and 4. See Cody Anderson dropping to the bottom. He's closing in quick on Duranco. Looks like Cody may have pit. Indeed, he had. 33rd position, Cody Anderson. Not a lead lap truck, but appears to have some fresh tires. Thorne Zimmerman hits pit road. Fast repair used already. There wasn't a whole lot of damage on that truck. 4 tire change in fuel for Thorne Zimmerman. He's down and away. Clean stop. 15.15 seconds. Kevin Blue moves into the 10th spot. Now making a move to the bottom here on Brian Rose. Rose up to 9th, working on the back bumper of Kevin Grettenberger. Kevin Blue is going to hit pit road, it looks like, as well. Trying to get her woed down back to pit road speed. 38 laps in. We heard a lot of guys talking about the fuel window, and some of them were talking 42 plus laps. Kevin Blue misses the pit box. That's going to cost him dearly under green flag conditions. Now Joe Tucker takes the opportunity to hit the pit road. Cool paint scheme on this truck. I don't know if this is one he had Fahey's race wraps do or who it may have been, but the truck looks great. Mission 22, Lonestar Racing. He's got Nueve designs on it. Great looking truck with 4 fresh Goodyears and a full tank of fuel. He's going to be down and away. Maybe some repairs, or did he get caught by the speed police? We'll take a look here at the time. If it goes to about 55 or 56 total seconds in the box, that's a pit road speeding violation. It's the pit stop plus 40. He's at 43 seconds now. And he's down and away. Might have been a penalty. Hard to say. It was a full minute in the box. Michael Cole, he's going to roll down pit lane as well. Little wiggle. Oh, he might have got the wall. Damage on the 726. Stops short of the box. Fast repair used again. A lot of these guys burning this fast repair early. I don't necessarily understand it. Maybe a little first race of the season nervousness, forgetting to uncheck it. Because a lot of these trucks, again, I don't know how they're handling, but they don't look all that bad to be using a fast repair this early on. Still got about 90 plus laps remaining. Leader still yet to pit. Bill Mulfeld, he is in pit road. Garza Law Firm on the side of that truck. Meanwhile, it's still Drew Blaze out in command of this race. With that, with green flag stops underway, we're going to go side by side here, step away, take a short break. We'll keep the action up. We'll be back after this. Don't go anywhere, folks. Stay with us. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Atlanta Motor Speedway, the Lonestar Racing Truck Series, race number 1. Just coming back from our first break of the evening. Green flag pit stops just about underway, or just about completed at this point. Drew Blaze has finished his, but currently the top 6 drivers still yet to hit pit road. We thought the full distance on a full load of fuel was about 42 or 45 laps. These guys have stretched it out quite a bit. Lap 49 goes on the board. Vincent Short currently with the top spot. Off of turn number 4, he's going to put lap 50 on the board, and he's still out there throwing down laps without hitting pit road for fuel. Getting caught up with some of the stream chat. We had Troy Kettler, I'm watching, Zach Millett, giggity green flag. And Brandon Minnick we talked to, Phoebe Talata, Good Luck Flex Motorsports, and Nikki Short cheering on husband Vincent Short as Vincent comes to pit road here for his first scheduled stop of the day. The completion of lap 50 made it quite a ways here. Certainly can do this now. I think make it a 2-stop race. If we stay green, I'm actually really impressed these guys have gone this length at Atlanta with these old tires in the hot sun without having a yellow come out. A little bit of damage to the right rear of that track bar media Silverado. Not too terribly bad though. Fuel only? Now taking right side tires. Problem for Vincent Short in the pit box. We're at 25 seconds now in the box. Now left sides go in the air. I don't know if maybe he didn't have them turned on at the time. We got, I think, 5 sets of tires over pit wall, but Short down and away. Lengthy stop, 30.33 seconds for the driver of the 15. Drew Blaze has gone back to P1. Brian Rose now just leaving pit road. Good stop for the 89, 14.85 seconds for Brian Rose. And that's going to put just about everyone, in fact, yes, everyone has now finally made their first green flag stop of the day. Blaze out in front, Matt Daniels in second, but 6 seconds behind the one of Blaze. As lap 53 goes up on the board. Drew Blaze in with some lap traffic. It's almost getting scary there. Thought for sure Blaze was going to make contact with one of those two. He got through it clean. While we have the opportunity here, let's try and go through the field now that the pit stops are complete. Drew Blaze from the pole position currently leads here lap 54, enjoying a 5+ second advantage over the second place running machine of Matthew Daniels. Matthew Daniels in the number 5, started 12th. Having a good run thus far though. Not sure really where he found that extra speed. Had a good pit stop, just a tick faster than Drew Blaze, but got to be happy running there in the second position. Matt Sisler in the 3rd spot, spent some time out front. A little bit of damage to the nose of that number 93 Pro Sim Rig machine. Still hanging tough there in the 3rd position, right where he started tonight. Keaton Burnett down a couple of spots. Truck looks good though, new paint scheme. Got Grizzly on the side. What's he got on the hood there? Something Keaton's, can't really tell. Maybe we'll zoom in a little bit. No, that doesn't help either. We'll get to it later, Keaton. Hopefully you're top 3 and you can talk about it. But 4th place, it's Kevin Blue. We saw Kevin battling for that 10th position with Brian Rose and others for a little while. Has a little bit of a connection issue there for a moment, but Kevin Blue having a good day after the pit cycle, running top 5. Alan Duranco running in the 6th position. He's up 11 spots. We've seen him battling quite a bit today. Was one of our biggest movers for quite a while, but speaking of big movers, Thorne Zimmerman runs 7th. He's up 23 positions from where he started today. He's got a win in this league. I don't think it was trucks. It might have been next gen, I believe, at Bristol, possibly on the dirt. But certainly no slouch here in general. Here he's running 8th. Top 10 for Thorne Zimmerman thus far. Chris Goins back in the 9th position. Started 6th in the 6th in that eye-lending Chevrolet. A little bit of right rear damage. Slowly but surely going to get that one fixed. And Brian Rose rounds out the top 10. Brian out of Verner, West Virginia, currently calls his home Bristol, Tennessee, in the LSR Truck Series. Also a competitor in the Superior Class Auto Racing Premier Series, which runs here on HBR TV on Tuesday nights. Kevin Haas in the 11th position, up 12 spots. A good run for him thus far. The number 3 Budweiser truck. It's actually a pretty good looking paint job, I'm not going to lie. 13th spot, Bill Mulfeld. 911 Garza Law Firm entry. Jarrett Woodward, the number 79, runs in the 14th spot. Good run for him so far as well. He's up 15 positions. '15th spot, Daniel Worthington, Flex Motorsports Ford F-150. Having a good run here. He had some struggles with getting the power down quite some time. He was loose off 2, loose off a 3, went through the grass, a little off-roading, but he's sticking to it, having a decent run. Plenty of laps to go. We're not even halfway just yet. Turn this one around and make his way back towards the front. Sean Roberts out of Albertus, Pennsylvania. Number 66, Shenandoah Shine Co. Sean Roberts been driving an LMP2 prototype in the LSR Sports Car Series on Monday nights, looking to turn his luck around there and also trying to do more of the same here tonight at Atlanta. Vincent Short, we talked about, made his green flag stop. It took him 30.33 seconds to complete that stop. With that said, he is now 27.6 seconds behind the leader. So he wouldn't come out first, but he certainly would not have been in the 17th spot if he had run a normal stop. Really don't know exactly what happened there. My guess is maybe tires were not checked and last minute caught it. Certainly cost him quite a bit of time on the track. Justin Johnson runs in the 18th spot, the X, the 10 out of Joshua, Texas. Justin is the admin here in the Lonestar Racing. Michael Cole runs in the 19th spot. I believe Michael comes from Flex Motorsports. Correct me if I'm wrong. Somebody in this chat's got to know. Michael having a good day as well, though. Up 15 spots on the day, and that puts him 19th. It just shows you how big this field is here today. Dylan Digman in the 20th spot. Started 21st, so not a bad day so far. Now up to 19th as Thorne Zimmerman hits pit road. And in fact, Dylan Digman has crashed recently. I don't really see exactly what it was, but let's try and get a look at it while we're talking about him. We'll go to the replay. Did he really crash, or was it just a bad connection issue? It seems it might have been connection related. Or is it connection now? Connection then. Because there he is. He's back. We're live. Next on the list here, 20th spot. We had some changes moving around here. Wes Wiggin, 20th position, the number 88, another Flex Motorsports entry. Bobby Hall Jr. runs 21st. Remember, Bobby was way up front, battling it out with the likes of Drew Blaze and alike. Not sure if Bobby had an issue on pit lane because he spent 39 seconds in the box as well. Bobby Hall Jr. 17 spots down from where he started. Now he's 21st. Joe Tucker, 22nd spot out of Clarksville, Tennessee. Again, we talked about this truck early on. It is a really good-looking truck. I'm not going to lie. One of my favorites out there. Mission 22, LSR. Nueve Designs. Joe Tucker, though, down 12 spots in 22nd. Mike Fahey cannot buy a break. Had some damage on that truck. Looks like in the last pit stop, though, he did burn that fast repair to get that thing back to normal. See if Fahey can work his way back towards the front as he runs 23rd. Thorne Zimmerman has dropped to the 24th spot. Again, we don't know exactly why and what happened. I don't show anything significant. He did hit pit lane and then left pit lane, but he had already made his scheduled stop. So maybe he missed something. Maybe he didn't get fuel in it. Hard to tell. Chad Martin runs 25th. He started 36th, so far so good for Chad Martin. Jesse Redding is 26th, the 721 Brownells machine. Cody Anderson, the number 17, always a brightly colored Toyota Tundra. HPR TV on the hood. Thanks for that, Cody. Appreciate that. David Ballard, number 90, Farmington Fire Rescue on that F-150. Ken Couch, 29th, up 2 spots. Ken in the 08. Brett Osborne, 30th position, the 421 out of Lone Star Racing. Jonathan Arnn, the 43 STP. 31st position. 32nd, Seth Fordham. Thomas Hall, 33rd. Bill Martin, 34th. Matthew Smith on pit lane again. And last in the field, Matthew Minnick. Not classified currently as on track. Likely out of the session. Drew Blaze currently with the top spot as we've gone through the field. He's led the majority of the laps thus far. We are past the halfway point here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Closest contender to Blaze, Matthew Daniels, and it's about a 6.1 second disadvantage for Daniels. That gap slowly but surely increasing. Drew Blaze finally into a rhythm, able to start running away from these guys. Currently 16 trucks on the lead lap. Other battles throughout the field, lead lap or otherwise. Brian Rose up into the 8th position, kind of all by his lonesome right now. Nobody real close out front, a little bit out back.
Getting ready to have a caution out.
Caution on the speedway, though. We do have a caution. I think this one is for cause. Ken Couch, I believe it is. Badly damaged 08. Not exactly sure what happened. We'll get a look at the replay as soon as it becomes available. But Couch having a tough night. Caution is out, though. That's certainly going to reset the field. I would fully expect drivers to come down and take tires at this very abrasive surface at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Let's take a look at what happened with Ken. This looks to be off turn number 2. Bobby Hall Jr. to his inside. Just gets to the left door. I don't know what to say about that one. Closer look at it from the aerial photography. From here, it looks almost like Bobby wrecked him on purpose down the backstretch. I don't say that to be mean. It just says what it looks like from this perspective. There wasn't an onboard there. Let's get one more look. Roof cam from Bobby Hall Jr. off turn 2 down the backstretch. Couch is definitely by him, and yeah, Bobby just keeps coming up. Maybe not intentional, maybe just not paying attention. Either way, Ken Couch is around and in the fence, and we're under our first caution of the afternoon. So drivers already making their way down pit road, Drew Blaze being one of them. Clean in the box, little hesitation on the brakes though, doesn't want to slide through or go too short. Right side tires go in the air. 4 tires and fuel for Drew Blaze, that is for certain. Keaton Burnett looks to be the same story for him. Matt Sisler, the same thing as well. Again, everybody likely to take 4 tires fuel here. No sense in doing otherwise. Brian Rose down and away. Sean Roberts. Busy pit road under our first caution. We're going to take a break, folks. We'll be back after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Atlanta Motor Speedway. Wrapping up our first caution of the afternoon. This one involving Bobby Hall Jr. and Ken Couch. The two came together off turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Still not sure if it was just incidental contact or otherwise. Very well could have been. I kind of thought you could have seen Ken Couch there, but maybe he missed it. Contact was made, though very slight. Couch went around into the inside safer barrier, and under the caution we went. Pace car lights are back on. They've waved off the restart. I'm not sure exactly why. Admin caution, admin controlled as far as that's concerned. So we'll go another time around. Expect the lights to turn off this time by. Indeed they do. So next time we'll get the green flag. It'll be lap 77. Neil Quick in the Facebook stream chat. Does Hack Millet run this series? I'm not sure if he's in it or not. I know he's on vacation this week, legitimately, so certainly not here tonight by any stretch, but I would kind of expect him to run these. Field down the back straightaway here, getting ready to go back to the green flag the next time by. Your top 5, Drew Blaze, Matthew Daniels, Matt Sisler, Keaton Burnett, Alan Duranko continuing to move his way towards the front. Another big mover, Jarrett Woodward, I'm sorry. He's up 14 spots, started 29th, just cracking the top 15 here, just past halfway. Field formed up nicely 2x2.
flag.
Drew Blaze in the gas. Good jump on the restart. 2-3 truck lengths the advantage as they work into turn number 1. Drew Blaze still out in front here, but it looks like a repeat of the initial start. You got Matt Sisler there closing in the second spot, even with all that nose damage. Off turn number 2, down the back straightaway once again. Top 3, Blaze, Sisler, and Keaton Burnett. Then we got Kevin Blue, Alan Duranko, and Matt Daniels in trouble down pit road. Just talking about Daniels early on and how he was making his way through the field. I can't imagine this is a scheduled stop. Yeah, right side tires going on. Interesting. We'll go back to the front here, take the top spot. That is Drew Blaze, Matt Sisler, Keaton Burnett, Kevin Blue, Alan Duranko, the top 5. For now, Keaton Burnett goes to the bottom here. Matt Sisler up top. Burnett wants P2. Top 3 under a blanket through turns 3 and 4. Blaze still in command. Battle for second spot, hot and heavy. Matt Sisler, Keaton Burnett. Burnett to the bottom, Sisler up top. Looked like they were going to split Blaze for a minute there, but not to be done. Blaze slips a little, it appears, off turn number 2, or maybe that's just the plan. We talked about he's using all the racetrack he can on exit. Getting real close to that wall on corner exit. It has not bit him yet. Hopefully it does not. Sun peeking in and out from behind the clouds here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Still a side-by-side battle for P2. Keaton Burnett at the line. He had it. Gotta wonder if the damage to the nose of that F-150 of Matt Sisler is really affecting that truck, at least on the straight line speed. He's still hanging tough. Seems if he can sniff a little bit of the draft off Drew Blaze, he can kind of hang there with Keaton. Sisler might have caught the wall off turn 4 there. If it was ever so slightly. Keaton drove it in real deep into 1 and 2. This time gets the left sides right down to the white line mid-corner. Might have Sisler clear. He does. Slots in front of the 93 behind the 1 of Blaze. See if Sisler mounts a new charge. Top 3 have settled down just a bit. Drew Blaze again in a familiar position out in front. Keaton Burnett newly taking over that second spot. Matt Sisler hangs tough in third. Kevin Blue having a great day, but caution on the speedway again. Lap 85, possibly Sean Roberts involved in this one. Oh, big trouble off turn number 2. How did we miss this one? A lot of trucks around and in the fence. This one's going to take a while to pick apart. Sean Roberts, Cody Anderson, Jesse Redding, Jarrett Woodard, Jonathan Arnn, Britt Osborne, Matthew Smith. Well, let's get a look, see what we can see on the replay. Kind of already in play here. We'll back it up just a hair. Try to zoom in here. That's Jesse. No, that's the 6 of Chris Goins. Contact down low. Billy Martin and Dan Worthington. Worthington gets hit, slides up the track into the 66 of Roberts. 24 Billy Martin drops down to the bottom, catches the apron. He slides up in front of Mike Fahey. Roberts might catch. Yeah, he catches Fahey here. They make some contact. Fahey up the racetrack. And then it's just a pile of cars coming in. Trucks, that is. Worthington and Roberts really getting the most of it here. Cody Anderson just a bit. Got a piece or two. Definitely looked worse than it was as far as the number of cars were concerned. Let's try to get a better look from a different angle. Tell you, Roberts did a great job dirt tracking that thing for a little while. I don't know that he would have wrecked if he hadn't made contact with another truck once again. He seemed to have a handle on it. It's crazy to say that at the speeds they're running here at Atlanta. Yeah, Cody Anderson got a lot more than that than I thought. See Cody in the 17, and then Jonathan Arnn comes piling in and rear ends him. Second caution of the night here at Atlanta. Somebody murdering the exit cone there. It's not very nice. So we got a comment in the YouTube chat. Sign no mine. I hope I'm saying that right. Netcode contact at first causing the real contact. Very well could have been the case. My only argument to that is more often than not, you got to look beyond the netcode contact. Is yes, it may have been netcode, but you got to look at the trajectory of the truck. Without the netcode, would they have made contact anyway? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. I see a lot of the time that yes, there was netcode involved, but he would have nailed them regardless. Would it change the wreck? Probably. But nonetheless, it happens. We're racing. It's something to be expected. Contact is going to happen, especially, we talked that whole line, cautions breed cautions. That is absolutely true because it bunches up the field. Everybody's trying to get all they can get. In many cases, fresh tires. They feel like Superman after that long run on old rubber. So it's time to go, and then occasionally these things happen. So field's formed up 2 by 2 once again. Pace car lights off. We're going to get the green flag here, lap 90. Put us at 46 to go. Which is right at that fuel window for some of these guys. Again, early on, we did see some of them stretch it to, I think, 50 or 51 laps. So we may be okay from here on in to make it to the finish. Curious if Drew Blaze is going to make that attempt. Green flag waves. Some guys are off and running. Drivers spinning tires at the restart here. They all get away with it. Man, oh man, was that close. Keaton Burnett certainly spun the tires big time in front of Matt Sisler. Kevin Blue seemed to have a similar issue. Everybody gets away. Masterful job by all of those drivers up in that top 10 to avoid. I don't know how stacked up it got behind them, but we stay green. Couldn't be a better situation for Drew Blaze on that one. Drew got a pretty decent start, and then everybody else didn't. Just what the doctor ordered for the one of Drew Blaze. Again, don't think really anybody took the opportunity to pit that last time, with the exception of those involved in the crash that brought out the yellow. And we got another caution on the Speedway.
Yes, looks like a Captain Morgan and Diet Coke.
Appears Sean Roberts in trouble once again. It might just be me. It seems like every time I call a race with Sean Roberts in it, he seems to be having an okay night, and then it all just goes upside down on him. Been some others involved in this. We saw some tracks going through the grass. Maybe Matt Smith, Jesse Redding. Let's get a look at it. Roberts seemed to get the worst of it. Oh, Roberts down on the apron. Was he coming out of pit lane? No, this is down the dog leg. Let's back it up again. Speaking of net code, let's see if there was any here. So he is on the apron of the racetrack, and there's another driver. I don't know if there was contact with himself and Cody Anderson. Yeah, there was definitely a ton of space between those two there. Yeah, Vincent Short in that one as well. A few drivers involved there. Under the caution once again. So all of a sudden, the netcode demons are starting to show their face. Possibly a little bit with our second caution. Definitely a lot here. You could have drove a MotoGP bike through that thing. Well, with that, we're going to step aside another time, get another quick break out of the way. We'll be back after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Atlanta Motor Speedway. Wrapping up our third caution of the afternoon, lap 96. Getting ready to go back to the green flag. Another stream chat comment. Carson Conway on the Facebook side. That's some of the biggest net code I've ever seen on iRacing. I'd have to agree. Like I said, you could almost get a Mack truck through that hole. Somehow it thought it made contact. Just, it's the way it goes sometimes when you're dealing with digital. It is what it is. Furthermore, the second caution involving Worthington, Martin, and others. Martin was given an EOL penalty for that. There is no live admin that I can tell in this session, so I believe he took that penalty willingly, accepted responsibility for the incident, netcode or otherwise. Base car lights are off. Lap 97 will get the green flag here as they work off turn number 4.
Green, green, green.
Green flag waves are back underway. Chris Goins out in front, new leader on the afternoon. It's the Islanding Chevrolet, the number 6. Goins started P6 today, finally back up front. Out on his trails, though, it's the 003 of Thorne Zimmerman. Is Vincent Short down in the bottom? He's going to try and get to pit road here. Oh, he spins into the pit lane. Hard impact to the pit wall. Not sure what the deal there with Vincent Short was. Green flag trying to make a stop right after it comes out. One word for that one. Bewilderment. Biggest word of the day. Meanwhile, Thorne Zimmerman, again, was applying some serious pressure on Chris Goins, has taken over the top spot. Dan Worthington moving to the outside. He's going to take P2 away, it seems, as well. Keep an eye on Drew Blaze, though, in the 4th position. Driver of that number 1 machine did take tires, lap 93. Freshest tires in the field, running 4th with plenty of time to go. Gives you an example of the difference in fresh versus old. Drew Blaze, pit lap 93. Everybody else 86 and 87 in front of him. And he is just cutting through them like a hot knife through butter. Riding on board with Dan Worthington, trying to defend that position, keep it from losing it to Drew Blaze. Blaze takes a look to the bottom, getting some air on the nose of that Toyota Tundra. Blaze to the inside through turns 1 and 2. He's going to move himself up to the 2nd spot. Now he sets his sights on Thorne Zimmerman. Man, that was a close call. Almost a crossover, almost contact, almost 2 wadded up trucks and then some, but they make it done. Worthington goes back to the bottom, trying to fight back at the inside. Nothing doing, though. Blaze is going to have the run out of the corner in turn 4. He's not afraid to put the right side right against that safer barrier. So now the question becomes, how long can Thorne Zimmerman maintain this top spot? Drew Blaze about 3/4 of a second back, 4 to 5 truck lengths behind Zimmerman. 33 laps to go. I'm losing it, guys. It's going to be a fun one to watch. Zimmerman certainly has pace. There's no slouch behind the wheel of that truck or really anything else he sets in. Field working off turn number 4, lap 105 goes up on the board. Zimmerman still out front. It's Blaze, Burnett, Worthington, Sisler. That's the top 5. Then Woodard, Hall Jr., Ellen Duranco, Bill Mulfeld, Joe Tucker. That rounds out the top 10. Chris Goins has slipped significantly down to the 11th spot. Kevin Hayes, Kevin Blue, Brian Rose, Justin Johnson, that's the top 15. And then the last 3 on the lead lap, Kevin Grettenberger, Wes Wiggin, and Lloyd Ryder in the 18th spot. Zimmerman still with the lead. Blaze only cut in about 1/10 of a second in the last handful of laps. Again, about a 7-lap difference in tire life between these two drivers. Clean air makes a difference, so it may equal out slightly, but I feel that the later this run goes on, the more that fresher set may come into play. It kind of goes 2 different ways. You move your way through. Initially at the start, those sticker tires, they're like lightning in a bottle. You can really do whatever you want with them. Even if the guy in front of you has only got 5 or 6 or 7 lap older in front of you. But as the run goes on, it becomes a little less evident. And in some cases, if it gets really late on, it becomes more evident where those newer tires will start to be better again. Kind of like a seesaw back and forth. But now we're getting to a point here where it's a truck length between Zimmerman and Blaze. They come to the stripe. Blaze is on the charge. He's looking to the inside into turn number 1. Out of the dog leg. He's going to take the top spot here if he does it right. Down to the bottom, almost clear. He's going to have the lead here off turn number 2, lap 108. Top 3 still all together. Will Zimmerman fight back? Right there to the tailgate of Drew Blaze. They work turns 3 and 4. Keaton Burnett into the picture as well. Where did he come from? Oh, yeah, pit lane. He's got fresh tires, too, just like Drew Blaze. So these guys are fast to begin with. You give them some better tires, and it's only going to get worse. Matt Sisler and Alan Duranco, same situation. A lot of those guys took the opportunity on lap 93 to pit for tires and go all the way to the end if it stays green. Zimmerman has slipped to the 3rd spot. Drew Blaze and Keaton Burnett, your top 2. And Worthington up into P4. Matt Sisler 5th. Seems that the old tires are starting to show, and the caution is out once again. Yellow flag. Kevin Hayes possibly. Trouble on back straightaway here off turn number 2 again. Hayes in the 3. Appearing to be the culprit here. Let's take a look at it. Lonestar Racing instant replay. See Hayes up top in the 3. Chris Goins real loose off the corner. Oh, contact from Brian Rose gets into the 6. Rose gets the inside wall, some left side damage on the 89. Chris Goins a little bit of damage. Kevin Hayes gets the worst of it. Puts us under our 4th caution of the afternoon with 25 laps to go. Now we got to see it. Pit lane open. Drivers all taking the opportunity as we expected they would. Drew Blaze all the way down to Wes Wiggin in the 17th spot. I'm sure Kevin Hayes will do the same as he's lead lap. Yes, he does. Blaze and Burnett like 2 fighter pilots in tandem coming to pit lane. It's like they practiced it. Right side tires in the air for both trucks, including Matt Sisler in 3rd. Down and away, nice and clean. So will we have a shootout to settle this? Now you've got these drivers that are all on equal footing from the top spot all the way to 17th, Kevin Hayes included. He brought out that caution as well as Chris Goins and Brian Rose. So if I'm doing the math right, it looks like we're going to get the one to go here, possibly this time by. That'll give us the green flag with 21 laps remaining. This one's shaping up to be a good one. Not really sure who to call it for. I know Drew Blaze is kind of the obvious choice right now. He's led the most laps. He's been out front, near the front, almost all race long. Keaton Burnett's been right there as well, but Thorne Zimmerman started 30th all the way up to P3. Again, now equal footing. Everybody got tires at lap 111. Matt Sisler is there in 4th, but still some damage, it appears, to be on that truck. Or is there? Maybe got the opportunity to get some repairs done. I don't think it's fully completed, but it looks a lot better than it did. Alan Duranko has been up there. Again, all these guys, especially here in the top 7, Dan Worthington, Bobby Hall Jr., all these guys are quick. They've won races. Joe Tucker up there in the 8th spot. Bill Mulfeld, Brian Rose, top 10. So 2 by 2 they are. Pace car about to pull off. It does. We wait on the green.
Green flag.
Green flag in the air. We're back underway. Great jump by Drew Blaze. Gets out in front of Keaton Burnett. Thorne Zimmerman tucks to the tailgate of the 26, but Matt Sisler looking to the inside already. Nothing doing there. Burnett slides up the track a little bit, opens the door for Zimmerman, but Zimmerman not close enough to do anything with it. Keaton Burnett with a great run. Nothing doing there, though. Blaze closes the door in the middle of 3 and 4. Top 4 under a blanket off turn number 2. 20 laps to go. It's Blaze, Burnett, Zimmerman, Sisler, Worthington watching it happen. Looks like Zimmerman got a piece of the wall, entry to 3. He sticks it to the outside of Sisler. Blaze goes up top. Burnett looking to the inside. Nothing quite ready yet, or is there? Burnett possibly going for the lead here into turn number 1. Keaton Burnett, P1, Drew Blaze way up top, out of the groove, into the marbles. He may lose the lead for certain here. 19 to go, though. There's still time for a recovery. New leader, Keaton Burnett. Drew Blaze, a big run off turn number 2, down the backstretch into 3, takes the inside. He's going to steal this lead back away from Keaton Burnett, or is he? Burnett battling back, contact made. Maybe a little net code, but they get away with it. Hot and heavy here at the front of the field. They know it's time to go. Everybody's got fresh tires. They're going to do what they got to do. They're running qualifying laps here all the way to the finish if they can help it. All this battling up in the top 4, it's allowing the rest of these guys behind, the 4, Duranko and Worthington and everybody else there, to start closing back down. Again, we talked about it a bunch. Anybody, these guys in that top 7, top 10, they've got a shot. These guys battling up front as hard as they are, someone is bound to make a mistake. It doesn't always happen, but it does happen. It can happen. Things that can happen usually do. You see it there, the 4, Duranko, he's closed in. He's within a truck length or two of Matt Sisler. Worthington also closing in. Drew Blaze starting to gather it back up. Blaze doesn't seem to fire really well. He gets a great jump on the restart, but doesn't seem to perform the greatest until he's got 2 or 3 solid laps on those tires. As you see, he's doing okay now. It's still only a truck length between himself and Keaton Burnett. Things certainly not as crazy as they were on that restart. We've got 15 and a half laps remaining here from Atlanta Motor Speedway in race 1 of the Lonestar Racing Truck Series. Drew Blaze put it on pole position. It's gone back and forth. I think he's been as low as 5th spot today. That's it. He's led the most laps, and he's going to try and seal the deal here in the next 15. But Keith Burnett, he wants to have a say. So does Thorne Zimmerman and everybody else behind him. Everybody is involved in this one here as we come down to crunch time. It's not just the top 4 or 5 drivers that are just stretching out, getting away from the field. You've got our top 3. Then you got Matt Sisler, you got Duranko, you got Worthington. Looks like Bobby Hall Jr., Joe Tucker, Brian Rose, and Justin Johnson cracking the top 10. Justin started 27th here today, having a great run at Atlanta. Justin Johnson, again, of course, the Suicide Prevention Paint Scheme, LSR Gaming X. Always showing up with a good paint job, and so far showing up with a good run. Top 10. He's passed 17 trucks since the start of this race. Bill, big trouble off turn number 4. Bill Molfeld, looks like it started there, but we've got multiple cars involved in this one. Jarrett Woodard got a piece of it. Looks like Fahey, Roberts, Seth Fordham. Try and get a look at it. So Molfeld was... Oh, the 66 of Roberts was checked up because of the crashed car down low. Nobody else was paying attention, it seems. Caution didn't come out, but there was still a truck stopped there at pit entry in the groove almost. We got a truck upside down. That was the 79 machine. Unless I'm reading it upside down. Yeah, that was Jarrett Woodard. So again, Sean Roberts slowed way up because he wasn't sure on the direction that the initial crash vehicle was going to head in. Fahey comes piling in. Tough break. So you know what that's going to do? That's going to set up a shootout. Drew Blaze, Keaton Burnett, Thorne Zimmerman out front. It's 10 laps to go right now. Probably going to get the one to go the next time by. And we'll be back at it. So 9 laps to go. Pace car lights are actually still on, so we'll get the 1 to go. Hoping this time by. That'll be 8, so 7 laps to go when we catch the green, or is it now we're going to get the 1 to go? Yeah, lights appear to still be on. So we're going to try it again. Extended caution here, big cleanup. Off turn 4, it was Bill Mulfeld having some trouble. Get a better look at it again. Mulfeld, and it looked like Wes Wiggin. Then the 3 catches him as well, gets into Vincent Short. See, the 57 gets him as well, but this is where it all starts. Get the spinning car, off turn 4 at pit entry. And then all these other guys get collected trying to avoid. How that didn't bring out a caution initially, I don't understand. So here we have it. Pace car lights are off. We're 2 by 2. We're ready to go back to the green flag. It'll be 7 laps to go. I think it's our 5th or 6th caution. Now I've lost track, unfortunately. I will give these guys a lot of credit, though. This was a really big field to go, the amount of laps that they did. I think we went our full stretch at green flag run without a single issue. Very, very impressive. Now we're getting down to crunch time. These things are going to happen. Everybody's stacking up here at the front of the field.
Green flag.
Another good jump by Drew Blaze. He's off and running, and the guy spinning the tires again. Thorne Zimmerman's one of them. They all spread around to go around and make room and not hit anybody. Zimmerman loses a bunch of spots. That's not good for the 003. Uh-oh is right. Keaton Burnett, though, also spun the tires. That's kind of what happened before. Just a few laps on these tires. You punch that throttle hard, and it's going to spin those rear tires. Blaze did a great job to get the good jump and to get away without issue. It's about a 3-truck length advantage between himself and Keaton Burnett. Another 4 to 5 back to Matt Sisler. Then it's Dan Worthington and Thorne Zimmerman hanging tough there in the 5th spot. 6 laps to go. Drew Blaze off turn number 2, down the backstretch. Keaton Burnett right there, still about 5 truck lengths in the rearview mirror of Drew Blaze. Don't know if he's going to have anything for the 1. Still a standout day on the afternoon for Keaton Burnett. Matt Sisler in 3rd, Worthington 4th, Zimmerman still 5th, Alan Duranco, Bobby Hall Jr., Justin Johnson up to 8th, Brian Rose 9th, Joe Tucker 10th. 3.5 laps to go here from Atlanta Motor Speedway, race number 1 of the LSR Truck Series. It's been a good one thus far, certainly impressive from green flag to almost checkered flag. Got a big group there off turn number 4, battling for position. Might have been Kevin Blue in that one. Kevin Blue, Cody Anderson, Chris Goins. Anderson, no, not Anderson, it's Joe Tucker. Saw the purple, thought Cody. Kevin Blue trying to hold off Dylan Digman. Dickman, the number 36 truck, right to the tailgate of the Lake City machine. Kevin Hayes down pit road, 2 to go. Drew Blaze starting to check out here. He's got 3/4 of a second over the second place running Keaton Burnett. Keaton's got another 9/10 back to Matt Sisler. So these guys, as long as everything runs clean and we stay green, might be okay. Thorne Zimmerman and Worthington doing some battle here. Late in the running here, last lap. This would be for the 4th position. Thorne doesn't want to give up 5th, but he wants to take the 4th spot from Worthington. Meanwhile, Drew Blaze off of turn 2, looking down the backstretch for the final time here at Hotlanta. Blaze way out of the throttle just to keep it safe. Off turn number 4 for the final time. Checkered flag waves. Drew Blaze wins it. Drew Blaze, your winner of the I Support Single Moms 207. Drew Blaze doing his trademark drift off the banking. With that, we're going to take a short break. We're going to get our top 3 into the booth, have a word with Drew Blaze, Keaton Burnett, and Matt Sisler after this. Stay with us, everybody. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Atlanta Motor Speedway Race 1. The Lonestar Racing Truck Series is in the books. Come to its conclusion here. Drew Blaze is your winner. We're going to get a word with our top 3 finishers here in just a moment. In fact, let's bring Drew Blaze up into the broadcast booth right now. Get a word with our race winner, Drew Blaze, driver of the number 1 Toyota Tundra. Drew, congratulations on the victory. You seem almost dominant out there tonight. Tell us about your race.
Yeah, started on the pole and was just kind of pacing myself on the restart, trying to save a little bit of tire. Except that last one, I was kind of pushing it just to keep the lead because I know how important that is. But no, just had a good time out there, and the long runs were interesting. The strategy didn't really have a pitch strategy; it was just kind of going whenever the fuel told me to. So all in all, just a good race, and yeah, uh, didn't know what was going to happen on that last restart there. Didn't know how the tires were going to be, if I burned them off.
Well, we certainly had a lot of guys spin the tires on that final restart. Made things very interesting. Thorne Zimmerman ended up slipping back to the 5th spot as the green flag came out. Even Keaton Burnett had a problem spinning the tires for the second time of the afternoon. Kind of gave you a bit of a jump. You were really good on that initial jump as far as when the green flag came out, but from our observation, it seemed that you didn't get a great handle on the truck until about 2 or 3 laps. Was that an accurate assessment?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I tend to, kind of person around a little bit. I didn't, like I said, I didn't know how the tires would be with, I think put like 15, 16 laps on them. So, just was trying to take it easy. Didn't know if it was going to be slippery or what. But, just trying to keep it under me and see where I feel comfortable and how deep into the corner I felt pushing it.
Well, either way, whatever the case was, you got the checkered flag here. Race 1 of the season in the books. Got the win out of the way. I'm sure there's more to come throughout the rest of the season. So nicely done. Congratulations there. We're going to let you go. But before we do, is there anybody that you need to thank for this first win?
Yeah, Lonestar Racing, the Denzones, Fahey's Race Wraps. Got to thank Justin Johnson, Mike Fahey, Ryan Romer. Again, all the guys over at Lonestar Racing, great guys. Thanks to them for putting this on. Thank you for putting on the broadcast and everything you do, Steve.
All right, Drew. Well, thanks for talking to us, man. Good luck next week.
Thank you.
It was Drew Blaze, your race winner here at Atlanta. Next, we're going to bring Keaton Burnett, driver the number 26, up into the broadcast booth. See what version of Keaton Burnett we get today. Keaton, it's Steve in the booth. You got a good copy?
Yeah, I got you, man.
Keaton Burnett, long time no talk, man. How are you for starters?
I'm good.
Second place.
I caught the last little bit there. You got the happy Keaton today.
I got the what?
I don't know what you were saying.
I got the happy Keaton. Okay, I get you now. All right. So second place finish here in Atlanta. You seem to have something for Drew Blaze there for a little bit. There was not a whole lot of difference in pace between the two of you. You made it work. Unfortunately, not work enough to get that checkered flag, but a second place finish and a good looking truck to boot, man. Tell us about your race.
That was just an awesome race for everyone. As a great way to open up the season. We had a lot of green flag runs, kind of more cautions than I wanted to see, especially at the end. And, before that last caution, I was like right on Drew's bumper, and we were pretty much just right with each other, battling back and forth. And that caution came out, and I guess he had a little more tire left than me for the last run.
We did notice on a couple of the restarts after you had a short run under green, guys stayed out on the racetrack, and then we got to do that fun restart with some worn tires. We saw yourself,
Yeah.
Thorne Zimmerman, and others spinning the daylights out of the tires. How we didn't wad up the field both times, I don't know, but what was the deal there? Was just put the power down a little too much, or was it almost unavoidable?
It kind of felt unavoidable at times. I really watch out for that on restarts with old tires, and I'm not usually one to spin them like that. And it just seemed like tonight it didn't really matter how much you kind of stayed out of it. You were just still pretty prone to getting sideways, and luckily none of us really messed it up too bad for anyone else that I saw anyway.
Well, nonetheless, you come out with a solid top 2 finish. Great way to start the season. Good luck going into next week. Keaton, before we let you go, though, man, is there anybody else that you need to thank?
Yeah, I gotta thank Fahey Race Wraps. He keeps the truck looking really good, like you said, and he's all the time making new paints for me and everyone else, and I can't give him enough love. he's had kind of tough luck racing lately, but at least his trucks look good. And then I want to thank LSR for putting this on. It's always a really good league, and it seems like we've got a really high truck count this season, so hopefully it stays that way.
Certainly.
And thank you for broadcasting.
All right, Keaton. Well, appreciate the kind words, man. Again, congratulations. Certainly a busy field tonight. I did not have high hopes, and it's not because I have negative thoughts about really anybody in this league, but I was expecting 40 trucks. Looks like we got 36, and we went an entire green flag run without incident. Kudos to every one of you guys out there tonight. You did a fantastic job.
Yeah, man, I was kind of in the same boat as you, and it turned out really good, and I'm glad to see some of the Scar guys coming over here, and we got Flex back, so looking good.
It's a good mix of everybody. Keaton, again, thanks for talking to us. Congratulations, P2. We'll talk to you next week.
Thank you, buddy.
It was Keaton Burnett, driver of the number 26 Grizzly in Keaton's bait and tackle shop. We're going to bring up Matt Sisler next, get a chat with our third place finisher.
My turn.
Your turn, Matt. Matt Sisler, right? I got it right now?
Got that right, Steve. Thank you very much.
About freaking time, right?
Got that right, man.
All right. Number 93 truck looking sharp out there tonight. A top 3 finish, and man, you looked fast all night long. Tell us about your race.
Well, I mean, yeah, we had I got to thank my paint designer, Theo Schleray from Apex Tech Racing for putting together a really nice looking F-150 for us. Yeah, I mean, I didn't expect to qualify that well. I'd done a practice quali run and was slow, and I thought, well, I'm going to probably be 10th, somewhere around there, and I ended up, 3rd, and, I think we had a really good short run truck in the 93 today. It was just trying to fight the one in the 026 was, it was hard once they got fully up to speed. Like, if I was behind them, I couldn't find a way around, and we were then that I'm not sure if you saw, but I came off pit road under green, and a lapper kind of spun in front of me, so I had to lock up and avoid him. So that cost me a few seconds to Drew, which cost a little bit of time, but ultimately we were able to get back to 3rd, and I mean, I didn't expect to be running that well race 1, and I didn't expect a P3, so I'm definitely very happy with the result from tonight.
So coming into tonight, I mean, I don't necessarily know what your iRacing background is. I know we've seen you run a bunch in the LSR Sports Car Series, but here you are over here on the oval side. Is this more your forte, or are you more on the road course side of things?
I got into it, to be honest. I got into iRacing to do oval, and then I was like, well, if I want to do road course stuff, it's fine. And the team I run with is a road course team primarily, but they're starting to open up a little bit more because some more and more of their members are getting intrigued by ovals. So, I mean, I started doing oval. I expanded into road course stuff. I still, I like both equally, but, generally, if I want to go just have some random fun, it's oval, which is weird considering this week officials are at Daytona, which is a nightmare.
Exactly. Well, either way, Matt, you did a nice job. Congratulations. A nice top 3. A good way to start the season off. What are your thoughts rolling into Kansas Speedway next week?
Going to Kansas, I think Kansas is going to be I think Kansas will be a pretty good track for me. I've had good success there in NIS in the past. I had a really good run where we stayed green for majority of the final 100 some odd laps in NIS, and I ended up running top 4 or 5 before I finished 7th. So it's I think Kansas will be fun. The trucks seem to be one of the best vehicles on iRacing for oval, and that's not to take away from Next Gen or Xfinity. They can be fun too, but it seems like no matter where you go, the trucks seem to be, at least for my taste, the most fun and the most action packed when you get right down to it. So Kansas should be a lot of fun.
I definitely have to agree with you as far as your statement about the trucks. The leagues that run trucks that I cover, they tend to be the most exciting. And even watching different leagues, or the same leagues, just running a different car with the same drivers, it's just not quite the same. So it's amazing how the vehicle itself really does make a difference. These trucks put on a great show. The rest of the season certainly looking up. I'm excited for it. I'm sure you are as well. Thanks for talking to us, Matt. Again, congratulations on P3. Before I let you go, is there anybody else, sponsor-wise, friend-wise, family-wise, that you want to get thanked?
Oh yeah, I mean, I want to, shout out, Theo again, our paint designer on the team. He put this thing together, and I mean, it looked fantastic. As soon as I saw it, this was like, okay, this is real. This is going to be good. Everybody at Apex Tech Racing Supply, base performance simulators, Pro Sim Rig, Apex Tech Racing .supply is our website where people can go get gear now. Meridian, TPI. I know I'm probably gonna miss a couple, and my team boss is probably not gonna be too thrilled with me for that. But I'm, considering I was the one who pushed to get the truck. So, I just really, and thank you for doing a great job. I haven't watched the broadcast yet, but I know you probably did a great job, and it was a lot of fun out there. Thanks to the Lonestar for letting me race in this league. Like I said, it's a lot of fun. Precision Sim Engineering as well is another one of our sponsors. There's a lot of new sponsors on this team, so it's like I'm trying to get all of them in, like HD Anywhere, as well. And like I said, like I'm trying to literally read off the truck that I just pulled up on a replay.
Hey, you know what? We got your truck live on the shot the whole time during your interview, so if you missed anybody, they still got some airplay, man. Great interview. Nice job. Good run, and good luck next week at Kansas.
Appreciate it, Steve. I look forward to going to Kansas and maybe talking to you again.
All right, brother. Good luck.
All right. Thanks. Take care.
It's Matt Sisler, third place finisher here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Good interview. Definitely had some notes. Maybe didn't have some notes. Maybe should have some notes, but I don't think he'd be the first person to do it. That's going to wrap it up for us here at Atlanta. As far as our top 3 interviews are concerned, we're going to jump into our race results, the official race results from the Lonestar Racing Truck Series, race number 1 from Atlanta Motor Speedway. Drew Blaze was your winner. Keaton Burnett ran second. Matt Sisler was the third place machine. Dan Worthington, a great run out of the Flex Motorsports entry. He finishes 4th. Thorne Zimmerman, top 5. Probably wishes he didn't spin the tires. He might have had a top 3 out of that, and maybe we'd be talking to him, but nonetheless, still a solid finish. Alan Duranko, big jump for Alan Duranko. He finished in the 6th position. In fact, Zimmerman was up 25 spots. Duranko, okay, not a huge jump, but still pretty good. You started 17th, finished P6. Bobby Hall Jr. was 7th. Brian Rose was 8th. Justin Johnson, an impressive 9th place finish. Passed 18 trucks to get to that position. Nicely done by the league admin. Chris Goins rallied back to finish top 10. Wes Wiggin was the 11th place finisher. Lloyd Ryder 12th. Chad Martin 13th. Dylan Digman was 14th. Joe Tucker 15th. Kevin Blue 16th. 17th position went to Jesse Redding. 18th, Bill Mulfeld. David Ballard was 19th. 20th position, Vincent Short, 2 laps down. Ken Couch was 21st. Thomas Hall, 22nd. 23rd, Kevin Hayes. 24th was Britt Osborne. Seth Fordham, 25th. Kevin Grettenberger was 26th. Jarrett Woodard, 27th. Sean Roberts, 28th. Bill Martin, 29th. Michael Cole, Michael Fahey, Matthew Daniels, 30th, 31st, 32nd. Jonathan Arn, 33rd. And Matt Smith, Cody Anderson, and Matthew Minnick round out the field 34, 35, 36. Again, Minnick was 130 laps down, possibly an issue early on. Not sure exactly what happened there. Might have to go back and look at that to verify, but nonetheless, a great start to the season for the Lonestar Racing Truck Series. We had a little bit of an audible we had to call here. I talked to Justin Johnson, I don't know, maybe just a few hours before I even got home from work, and I said, hey, I noticed that we're not running the new layout in Atlanta. The new updated super speedway style layout. And he's like, I asked him, was that a mistake? Because it just seems like everybody I've been running with as of late, they were running the new layout. So I kind of just assumed we were running it. So I had set up for it, cameras and everything. So it's okay. We made it work. Me and Justin talked about it real quick. He said, yep, we're running the old one. Okay. Got it, boss. Got it handled. And here we are. He delivered, put on a great race for these guys. I appreciate being a part of this. So big shout out to Justin Johnson and, again, Lonestar Racing for having me. Excited for the rest of the season. Tune in every week. We're going to go live Thursday nights, about 7:55 in the east. It's probably going to say 8 p.m. on the schedule, but we started a little bit early just so we don't miss anything. So tune in if you haven't already done so. Facebook.com/HBRTV1. We dual stream Facebook and YouTube. You can find us YouTube also at HBRTV1. Like, follow, share, subscribe. Most importantly, turn on the notifications. That way, when we go live, you know about it. Okay? Not everybody always has the little reminders. This is how you get your reminders. Turn on the notifications. If you happen to forget, you're busy, you're out on the back deck, you're mowing the lawn, you're cutting the grass, washing the car, cleaning the garage, whatever you're doing, you'll get a notification when we're ready to rock and roll here, so you can stop what you're doing right away, come in the house, catch the race, enjoy the entertainment here. Thanks again for joining. We had a busy crew here in the stream chats, Facebook and YouTube alike. Thank every one of you for participating. That is the best part of a live stream, in my opinion, is having an audience participation. Even if it's just a, hey, I'm Joe Blow calling from Indiana, whatever. Okay, I'd like to know where you guys are watching from, who you're cheering for, what I missed, what you think about the wreck. Is it netcode? Did somebody screw up? Was it intentional? I don't take it personally. It's just my observations. I'm not trying to pick a fight. So if you see something that I didn't see, please let us know. We love to hear about it. It gives me something to talk about. And when we get a boring race, and trust me, it's going to happen. I don't care what league it is. It's going to happen. I can really lean on you guys to have some of that conversation. Okay, so stream chats, very important. Again, thank you 1,000 times. Tune in next week. We got racing a lot coming up. It's actually starting Saturday. We got the Numb Thumbs ARCA Series, their playoffs in full effect here coming Saturday evening. Mondays, we've got more LSR action, the Lonestar Racing Sports Car Series. I believe it's Sebring. Tuesdays, the Superior Class Auto Racing Premier Series. Wednesdays, we have, you're going to love this one, the Old Farts Racing League, the Concrete Floors Next Gen Cup Series. They run Wednesdays, and of course, then we'll be right back here at Kansas next week for the Lone Star Racing Truck Series, race number 2. Congratulations to Drew Blaze. I'm Steve Singer with HBR TV. You guys have a good night. Thanks for watching.